Waihaskahelt, Sinaksil, and Chaya Squeeze, Asiu. Respected elders, hereditary, traditional and spiritual leaders, matriarchs, Native veterans, brothers and sisters, friends and neighbors. I want to begin by acknowledging the ancestral lands of the Coast Salish people, namely Tsleil-Waututh, Squamish, and Musqueam. And I want to thank the organizers for the kind and generous invitation for us to be here today, to gather together once again. I want to take a moment to express my deep, heartfelt, and genuine gratitude to all of the people who worked so hard to organize this event. It's such important political work, and I know they worked very, very hard in the last several weeks to once again bring us together like this. It seems like a few days ago that we marched in the rain after the paddle down the Fraser River. It was pouring rain that day, and yet we were on the streets in the hundreds and the thousands. And we gathered here, and we had MPs and MLAs standing up here, and we had the leaders of a variety of environmental and conservation organizations standing shoulder to shoulder, standing in solidarity, expressing the urgent need to protect wild salmon in the province of British Columbia. And today is yet another day of this long, protracted campaign that many of us have committed our life's work to. And in that regard, I want to express my gratitude to those leaders that have come before us, to those elders and those spiritual people that have guided this work until the point where it's been handed off to us. I was absolutely touched when I arrived here and I heard the young girl singing, because it not only touched my heart, but it lifted my spirit, because I know in my heart that there are many, many young people among us that are more than willing to pick up the challenge, to pick up the torch, and to carry this sacred work forward as it has in the past. This is about social justice. This is about environmental justice. This is about the ugly economics of the industrialized fish farm industry, one of the worst toxic industries that exists in the province of British Columbia next to mining. And we know in our hearts that what hangs in the balance is the very survival of the wild salmon stocks in BC. And that without question, that was a gift from our Creator, Quilichutin. And that gift was given to us for us to caretake, for us to provide stewardship, for us to protect and defend, so we could pass that off to our children and our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren and your children and your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren. And so it must be from this day forward until the end of time. That is the sacred duty that we all carry, and I'm just so honored and I am so proud to be in the company of such dedicated and committed people as yourselves out there. I have 11 grandchildren waiting for me at home. I came down from the blistering Okanagan late last night, got here about 3 in the morning, knowing that I would once again see many good friends and comrades and colleagues to acknowledge the valuable work that Alexandra Morton has done for all of us, and to lift her spirits and to support her and let her know that we love her and we want her path to be clear, so when she moves forward that her voice may be heard and we can continue this good work. So just in closing, we all know the struggle for social justice is a very long road indeed. If we look around the world, we see these struggles taking place in places like Tunisia, Egypt, Libya, and Syria, where it's much more violent than what has taken place, but nonetheless, the issue is always the same. It's about those who seek to exploit the land and the resources for profit. Every war that has ever happened in the history of mankind has been about the exploitation of the land for profit and greed. And that's what's happening with the wild salmon. That's what the motives are behind these international companies that are polluting our waters. And like the people overseas, we need to know and understand this is a very grave and deadly fight that we're involved in. And we need every heart, we need every soul, we need every young person, every senior, every elder, every prayer to ensure that we continue to win this war. So with that, I just want to reflect on the late Jack Layton, where he said, together we can change the world. Why? Lim Lim.